Good morning, everyone. Lavette, you bring the fire this morning. And Gigi, that's one of my favorite church songs growing up. You know, the anytime I would go to church or visit church, that song would always be like, one of those energy filled songs that would rock the church. So thanks for bringing that this morning. So this morning I want to read from the book of James 3, 2 through 5, which says, Indeed, we all make mistakes, for if we could control our tongues, we would be perfect, and could also control ourselves in every way. We can make a large horse go wherever we want by means of a small bit in its mouth, and a small rudder makes a huge ship turn wherever the pilot chooses to go, even though the winds are strong. In the same way, the tongue is a small thing that makes grand speeches, but a tiny spark can set a great forest on fire. And today, I am grateful for um, I'm just grateful for the power of the tongue, you know. Um, it is it goes back to something what Levette was saying too, and it isn't just about the mind, you know. The mind can think something, but the tongue is what will actually set the wheels in motion. The tongue is what has pushed the snowball down the hill, you know. And a lot of times, um, these thoughts may be in our head, but they don't come into action until we start to continuously speak these to ourselves, and that is so important why we have to not only speak life into ourselves, but we have to speak life into each other. When we started this room almost a year ago, that inherently was the purpose of it, so that like, you could say a verse and say what you're grateful for, and what you're grateful for is basically you speaking life into yourself, you speaking life into not just yourself every morning too, but like to somebody who may not feel that power that morning to speak life into them, because just by you stating something that you're grateful for, no matter how small it is, somebody may realize and recognize that they too should be grateful for that. It's so important for us to be kind with our words and be intentional with it because, just like they said, James said in this particular verse, you know, um, a tiny spark could set a great forest fire. And that's a good and a bad thing. Our words could set a trend in somebody's day. We just start off their day wrong and they cross all day by something we said. But the same way, on the flip side of that, kind words could make everything to somebody that day. Somebody could have come out of their house that morning and just was having like the worst morning ever. And you could just walk in the room and say, Good morning, you know, have a blessed day. God loves you and I love you too. And these simple words could set a fire in them that day. These simple words could just allow them now to go out into the world and just bring peace and bring happiness. You never know what your words could mean to somebody else. And most importantly, make sure that your words matter to you. When you look in the mirror every morning, when you getting dressed and when you have the opportunity, when you brushing your teeth and you finish and you look at yourself for who you are, remind yourself every day and say it. Say it. Don't just think it. Say it out loud that you're beautifully and wonderfully made by the Creator. God don't make mistakes. You are not a mistake. There's nothing about you in your life that was a mistake. Every single part of you was beautifully and wonderfully made by our Creator. And we have to tell ourselves that and be nice and be kind and tell others the same thing too. Don't be so quick to point out the wrongs the people may do or the things that you feel is a shortfall in their life. Point out the good that you see. Be the light, be the hope. And in all things, and in most importantly, use this little tongue of ours to give God great praise. Because every day we wake up, we can find something to be grateful for. And I'm Kerry, and I love you all, and I relinquish my mic.